Lizzie's made a huge impact, especially recently where Finley underwent a knee reconstruction. It was because of Lizzie that he was able to tolerate some physiotherapy. He was very reluctant to do his physio. Lizzie was patient, she took small steps, and he's where he is today because of Lizzie.
Every single week he came in, we'd do tiny, tiny little steps forward. I'd get him to move his leg a little bit, try and tense the muscles, and just very slowly try to build up on all the physio that he needed to a stage where he was actually bending his leg, and this took weeks of it. And eventually he'd be going home and I'd say, right, next week, Finley, I want you to come in and I want you to show me what you've done. And he did, which was great.
I'd like to say thank you to Lizzie for all that she's helped us with over the time we've been coming to hospital, how she's helped us through tough times, and how she's just been there for us when we needed it, and all the care that she's given us. So that's why we've nominated Lizzie for the award.
Mithan was amazing when he supported us and provided care. So my mother-in-law had broken on the face of her fingers. Her fingers had massively swollen. Sadly, she had to have her rings cut off, and she'd not long lost her husband, so it was a very upsetting event. Mithan was really kind and compassionate, supportive. Had he not have intervened and got us referred to the Broomfield hand therapy unit when he did, I'm confident that my mother-in-law wouldn't have had the outcome she had. And actually just last week, she was discharged from having hand therapy, and her rings are now back on her finger.
Due to the nature of my work in ED, we usually don't get any feedback. But Dawn's mother-in-law was a very lovely lady who came with a broken finger, who I referred to a specialist service. I'm really pleased to know that she's actually doing really well now. We don't do the job for the recognition, and it's always all about the patient. But it's really humbling to know that someone's taking the time and effort to recognize the good work we do. Thank you.
Dr. Gretton is amazing. Working in palliative and end-of-life care, it's very challenging and it can be very emotional and sometimes distressing. She's just fantastic, she's compassionate, she's 100% patient-focused. Everything is about the patient and the relatives. She supports our team. We've got fantastic rapport with her, and the team love her. She's open and honest, which enables patients to be able to make decisions, informed decisions for their best care. She's a problem solver. Whenever we're struggling with a patient, trying to get on top of symptoms, Dr. Gretton will have the answer. And in 30 years of working for the NHS, I have never met a consultant like her. And Kate, you are just the best.
Sometimes I might know patients for hours, sometimes for weeks, sometimes for years. But it's really important to me that you form an immediate trusted relationship, because that's important to patients, to the relatives and to the staff. And some of it is being human. I still find people fascinating and their stories that they have to tell. And ultimately, being a doctor is partly being interested in humans and the way they tick. And so some of it is just about being compassionate.